So it is again wine time on the patio, and today I'm going to be enjoying wine from Hunter's Ridge Winery. Hunter's Ridge Winery is here in Indiana, and we actually paid a visit to them on Sunday. I mentioned that we visited some of the wineries and we were out and about on Sunday. And so Hunter's Ridge, this is the label. This one is called Darling Doe. Now Darling Doe is a fruit wine. So I've talked about fruit wines before. Fruit wine is anything, any fruit or sometimes even vegetables that other than grapes used to make wine. And I've talked about some various ones you can make wine from, just about anything you can ferment. So Darling Doe is a apple cranberry wine. So it's made with apples and also natural cranberry flavoring. So it's going to be not as sweet as some of your fruit wines. Oftentimes fruit wines are very sweet. And they're nice to drink outdoors in the summertime, and this is no exception. But this is going to be more tart because of the cranberry and the apple as well, actually. But you can see I have chilled this because it is better chilled. Even on their description, they recommend that. But always I like my fruit wines chilled. Now I'm going to be using a white wine glass for this. Now if this were, so you can see this is my favorite glass, my white wine glass, so it is tapered just slightly at the top. Now if it were a sweet wine instead of a tart wine, so say this was maybe like strawberry or something that was going to probably be a fruity or sweeter wine, then I would probably choose this glass. So you notice this glass widens out and then narrows. And what the science behind this is that it would drive the sweetness further back onto my tongue, so it wouldn't hit me with so much sweetness right at the tip of my tongue. But since this is a more tart wine because of the combination of cranberries and apples, I'm going to use a white wine glass. So let's get going here with this. Hunter's Ridge is a gorgeous location, by the way. They sit up on a hill overlooking their vineyards. And so it's a beautiful winery, really friendly staff. We had a really nice tasting the other day, so you can certainly go check them out. I've also done one of their wines before. I think it was Muscat Red, which we did a video on once before. So when I take the nose on this, now of course I got some air, I swirled it around. I'm definitely getting the apple right up front. I can tell this is going to have an apple taste to it, probably. It smells like apples. And I don't pick up the cranberry so much on the nose, so let's see when I taste it. This is so refreshing. I say that a lot of times, but these fruity ones really are, especially in the summertime. You've got them chilled, and they've got just that fruity flavor, but it's not sweet on this one. So it starts out with sort of an apple, mild, not like apple pie, so not cinnamony apple, but just apple. And it kind of finishes tart with the cranberry taste, is how I'm getting it. Yeah, so again, when you are tasting wine and you want to get all the flavors, you don't have to swish it like mouthwash, but you do kind of roll it all around so it touches all the different parts of your tongue. And that gives you the best taste test on that. Let me stick this back in so my wine stays nice. Now, something else I want to mention, I'm sitting outdoors. As you can tell, I'm fighting bugs and everything else. But it's also warm now this time of year, and it's gotten, I think today is supposed to be 90 something. So it's heating up. And wine now, this wine's chilled, so you can already see it's starting to sweat. So if I were going to stay outside with my bottle of wine, what I need to do is I need to chill it. Now there's different options to do that, but a lot of times in the summertime, the easiest, fastest way is just to use a bucket. So this is just a bucket like you could buy for your kids to take to the beach. Any kind of bucket will do. You fill it with ice, pretty full, and then you put your wine into the ice. And that really makes a difference. And even if you have, let's say you get ready to drink a wine and you haven't chilled it yet for some reason, it's not been in the fridge long enough to take the heat off, you can submerge it in ice, in an ice bucket, for 15-20 minutes, and you'll have a good chill. If you want it more cold like this, I would want a little colder. I'd probably chill it 20-25 minutes. But if you just want to knock the heat off of it, 10-15 minutes, all the way submerged in ice, in an ice bucket like this, or any kind of bucket. Like I said, I don't buy a fancy bucket for outdoors. This is just a little kid's pail for like the beach. I think I bought this after, it was like on sale after Easter. So, you know, I buy these every year, just different ones, and they're fun. Another thing I might do is I might use a koozie In my case, it's wine koozies, so they're often called woozies. Woozy is actually a brand. You might be able to see they're called Woozy. And you can buy these online, I'm sure. I've got most of mine at wineries at their shops. So the Woozy brand is my favorite, and the reason I like it is because it has the drawstring. Now, there would be something else I would do. This is my Riedel glass, so this is a very expensive, very thin, I don't know if you can see, it's very thin glass with a very thin stem. So I don't usually like to woozy these glasses because I'm afraid I'll break the glass. It's very delicate. So what I'll do is I'll take another glass. Now this is from one of our winery partners, and I like the shape. So the shape is good, but you can see the glass is thicker. I don't know if you can see by comparison. Yeah, you can tell there. So the glass is thicker, it's heavier, the stem is thicker, and so I'm not afraid to put this in my woozy. So you just stick it in there like this, and slide it up over the glass, like so. And then you can tighten it down if you need to with the little drawstring. So let me show you that. So see, that's got this, and you can tighten it down. Now I always tuck this back in, you notice, because sometimes it'll get under your, you don't want to have it accidentally get under your glass and make you tip your glass over. So once I've tightened my woozy on, I tuck it usually into the little strap there so that it doesn't flop around. So I could pour my wine, you know, then into this glass instead of using my fancier glass. And this would definitely help keep my wine at a better temperature. Now there's another style, so let me pour this back out because I don't want to spill my wine taking the koozie off. So the Woozy brand is this one. And I've got another one that's just, this one just it says Wine Time on it. It's not a Woozy brand, and honestly I don't even know what brand it is. But this one doesn't have the drawstring, but it still works nicely. So you, again, you slide your glass in there and you slide it up, and it just doesn't have the adjustable, you know, portion of it, but it still works really nicely. So again, then this is gonna keep my wine nicer for a lot longer time. Now I know some people just drink their wine out of any insulated glass, insulated cups, anything like that to keep them nice outdoors, and you can certainly do that, but I'm a little bit of a wine glass snob. I really think wine should be served in a glass, and the proper glass for the wine. So that's why I talk about those things a lot. So I do think it makes a difference, and I drink enough wine and am familiar with it enough to know that for me it makes a big difference. So in most scenarios I try to have a glass, and I just use a heavier glass and use my koozie, my wine koozie, or in this case the brand Woozy, as I said, like that. And you know, that does a good job. So if I were going to stay outdoors very long, I'd either take this inside and woozy my wine, or I would use the ice bucket to keep this cool, and that would be fine. It would keep it lovely and cool outside, and then I can enjoy my wine time on the patio. So today I'm having Darling Doe. This is an apple cranberry wine from Hunter's Ridge Winery. Lovely winery. If you get a chance to go check it out, I definitely guarantee you'll have a great visit there, and it's in a beautiful location. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day, and Wine Time out on the patio will be coming to you again soon. Cheers.